Good morning. This is new reading for the new week. Today is Monday, December the 12th, 2022. And today I'm reading for the three signs Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And I'm starting the reading with Aries. Good morning, Aries. I wish you a wonderful Monday. And the cards are laid out, ready for the reading. So let's start. We have four cards. We have the Starseed Oracle, the Priestess of Light Oracle, the Work Your Light Oracle, and the Goddess Power Oracle. And the reading starts for you, Aries, with the Starseed Oracle, and the card that came out is All Paths Lead Home. And it's about inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance, but what's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You are being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, and to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empath is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to check in and to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears in the reading, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. Ask this question, Aries. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? The next card is the Priestess of Light Oracle. And the card that came out for you, Aries, is called Tenderness. And the card Tenderness relates to true love and compassion. This card foretells the coming of new or increasing love in your life. It may seem to arise from out of the blue, or it may be a relationship that has been developing for quite some time. Either way, feelings of tenderness, as portrayed in this sweet kiss, will soon be intensifying. The brilliant gold that suffuses this tender moment indicates a purity in the connection being forged, radiating the sense of a deep heart-to-heart bond. It may be even a karmic calling, a relationship that extends from lifetime to lifetime. Because of its great height, the giraffe has an advantage over other animals. That is, the ability to see far into the distance. The message here is to be honest about your perspective on love. Be sure not to limit your view of your deserving or of your future potential. Even if you have been hurt in the past or been alone for some time, true love is on the horizon. Remember that the tenderness you give to yourself will be reflected back to you in the brilliant light and love that the universe will be sending your way. Say this affirmation, Aries: I open my heart and my life to true love. I deserve tender kindness from others, and I give it to myself. Again, I open my heart and my life to true love. I deserve tender kindness from others, and I give it to myself. Last time, I open my heart and my life to true love. I deserve tender kindness from others, and I give it to myself. Next card is the Work Your Light Oracle, and the card that came out is Answer the Call. And Answer the Call is a so-called inquiry card. This deck has different cards. Number 1 is confirmation card. Number 2 is inquiry card. Number 3 is action card. Then comes activation card. And lastly, transmission card. And this card is an inquiry card and relates to what is your soul calling you to do. Your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary, it might not make sense, but if you trust your soul's yearnings, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Answering your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, it's rather a lifelong dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage to answer the calls of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But you are not most people. You are in exactly the right place to answer your calling now. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't even need to know where it is leading. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete, perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong way to do it, and you do not need permission from anyone else. Sometimes the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. So ask yourself, Aries, what is your soul calling you to do? The last card is the Goddess Power Oracle card, and the one that came out for you is called Oshun. And Oshun, she is the river Orisha, also called the river Orisha, and in the Yoruba religion, she is associated with water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. She is considered one of the most powerful of all Orishas, and like other gods, she possesses human attributes such as vanity, jealousy, and spite. This goddess comes from regions like Nigeria, Benin, Latin America, Haiti, and Cuba. Oshun is also the spirit of the river in the West African religious tradition called Ifa. In the Yoruba cosmology of southwestern Nigeria and Benin, she is the goddess to bring sweet and fertile waters. Camwood is also known as African sandalwood or Oshun in Yoruba. It is a shrubby hard-wooded tree from Central West Africa. And now starts the real reading of Oshun, because that's what I just said. I researched a little bit, okay? Now comes the Oshun relating to generosity. It is an empowerment message. There is a universal law that centers on unrestrained generosity and flow. Oshun, the benevolent Yoruban river goddess, is the representation of nourishment, healing, fertility, and prosperity, and reminds you that life herself has given to you freely. You have been offered air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and shelter to sleep in. So it is your task to give freely of yourself, no matter how big or small the act, without expectations of receiving anything in return. The goddess Oshun encourages you to allow gratitude to permeate everything you do right now, even the smallest of opportunities and gestures. The very experience of giving and being generous with your heart, time, money, assistance, kindness, and care will provide more value than you can imagine. And when you release all attachment to the outcome, you will be surprised to see how the good fortune you have bestowed on others comes back to you tenfold. Oshun reminds you that this is a truth that has existed since time began and will continue until the world's very end. There is an alignment message to the card. Sometimes you may fall prey to fears about whether you will get what you need, so you worry about money or love, and you begin withholding. You might find yourself being overly restrictive and beginning to hoard for that proverbial rainy day. Do you know you cut off generous Oshun's flow of potential when you allow yourself to be convinced there is not enough? The truth is, when you begin too miserly with your time, affection, and gifts, you will see little in return, as all you begin to notice is what isn't there. In this moment, the goddess Oshun wants to offer you this alignment task. You can't expect the great goddess to be generous with you if you show her you don't trust in the flow of her generosity. Now is the time to do the opposite of what you fear. When you feel there is not enough money, spend it to signal your trust in abundance. If you feel unloved, ask who can you love and where can you show you care. Even a kind gesture made to a stranger sends the sign that you trust in the generosity of the world. Don't wait to get what you want. Give it away to others, and you will be amazed at how things turn around. The goddess Oshun has only your best interests at heart. So, Aries, that was your reading for this Monday and for the whole week, of course. I wish you a wonderful Monday. I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Thanks for listening and goodbye.